Hello and welcome to Hanamate. I am on a mission to make myself a small watercolor pad. So I have tons of watercolor papers from different pads that I had. Some of them are large and I will never ever do large watercolor painting. So I decided to chop them into smaller size, chop the paper into smaller size. I am in love with junk journaling right now, making my own junk journals from, well, junk. So making journals from whatever paper, books, and other paper products I can find. And I am in love with size that is about 4 inches by 7, which are the two dark marks on my cutter. And I do think that if I create my own watercolor pad that I can carry with me, like a sketchbook for watercolors that I can carry with me, I'm more likely to do more watercolor. So it's a super simple idea. I just basically am using whatever I had at home already, the large watercolor paper, and I'm cutting them into a size that I like, and then I will just punch a holes and put them in my little mini binder. I do just want to kind of spread this idea of, I think sometimes we are too intimidated when things are large. By the way, it can work in opposite too. If something is too small, you may be intimidated by it as well. But I'm not talking about animals. I'm talking about art projects, right? And I also think that if we have something close by, handy, that is accessible, we are more likely to use it. So this is fantastic vintage paper with different colors and thickness of the paper. I can use it for pastels as well, which I'm super excited about. And I just chopped it all up, and I am going to I think I mentioned it, punch holes, and then I use it in my mini binder. There are tons of, I took different classes in the past, and I have also really large watercolor pad that I think I have it for over 10 years, and I just used a few pages of it. As I mentioned, I will never ever do watercolor this size, so it works better if I, not works better, it will work, it will be used if I cut it into a smaller size. So this is a very good quality thick watercolor paper. I'm super excited about using it, and the best part is that if I don't like my piece of art, if I'm not satisfied with what I um, created, I can use that for my junk journals, right? I create journals that are sort of artsy, all types of collage, adding different textures, adding different paint, and I can easily use any kind of old artwork or rejected artwork as part of my junk journal. So it seems that I will be more likely to be creative that way. So this large part is truly large, and as you can see, I struggle a little bit because it is really thick. I'm somewhat sad to ruin it, to be honest with you, because for somebody who does watercolors, this is like a gold mine, right? It's a nice, great size, even for sketching. But I know that I personally will use it more if it's a smaller size. So um, I am chopping it down to smaller size, making sure that it's the height that will fit in my cutter. I love using my cutter. I actually find it incredibly satisfying. And I could use roller, or I just use the pad that is the size for my mini binder, and then I will chop it up. I am, I guess, sharing this on YouTube because I am just hoping that when you see me doing this, you will see other potential. You will realize, hey, I have at home 3 other pads that I'm not using anymore, so I can chop them up and use them as well. So this is my old-fashioned favorite cutter, and yes, it's not very sharp, so I can put my fingers under. And then I have a hole puncher with this distance is the length between the holes is what I need for my mini binder. By the way, I'm using mini binder, but I can also just use the rings, right? So it's there are tons of different options for that, and I can just pull out whatever I need. I can, if I go for a walk and I just use 3 papers, I can just put 3 in, and I don't have to carry the whole thing. But I do think that what I'm creating right now will be very practical, and I'm hoping to just, I don't know, when I go out or when I sit in the garden, sit at the beach, I can just sketch something and use watercolors, and I'm super, super excited about that. I received amazing, actually, um, journaling sketching book that uses pencil drawing as well as watercolors, so I am very, very